Welcome, guys. Welcome to YinYangTK, and we have some breaking news that just was announced earlier today, and I could not believe it. That in an interview, that Tetsuya Nomura, the creator of Kingdom Hearts, is basically saying that he's going to retire soon, and that Kingdom Hearts 4 could possibly be his final game and be the conclusion for the entire Kingdom Hearts series. It's a lot to take in, let me tell you, and there's a lot to break down, and I actually wanted to show you a little bit of that interview. So when we go to the jump, um, you know, it's called Young Jump, right? I kind of Google translated everything, so there could be a couple of mistranslations here and there, but from here, it says Tetsuya Nomura, born October 8th, 1970. His birthday's coming up. Currently working at Square Enix. He was responsible for character design and original scenario for Final Fantasy VII. The game was released on January 31st, 1997, and became a mega hit, selling over 4 million copies worldwide. After working on character design for Final Fantasy VII, he went on to become director of Kingdom Hearts series, known for its collaboration with Disney and its worldwide popularity. He also worked on the character design for Final Fantasy X, which is 10, and created and produced The World Ends With You. And so far, right here, when it goes down there, it basically says that, uh, how in the world, is going on with Tetsuya Nomura. So it says it's like what is not being followed and what cannot be followed. To celebrate the 45th anniversary of Young Jump, we are conducting a series of special interviews. In the second installment, we have been interviewing Tetsuya Nomura, the creative director of the highly anticipated title Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, to be released in 2024. And we explore the appeal of its creator, who produces overwhelmingly unique and innovative works. So on this entire thing is just talking about mostly, Final Fantasy stuff, how he basically, uh, you know, created some work. There was actually a very funny quote where he says that when he was playing video games a long time ago, he says, "Why are all the characters, don't look good? They're ugly." And then he says, "You know what? I could draw them better. I'm gonna draw them so they could be beautiful, sexy, attractive." And boy, did he, right? So, it's funny that he sees. So it says right here, manga doesn't often have good-looking guys as protagonists, but I think the works of you so-called cool characters. Is there anything to keep in mind when designing protagonists? Manga characters usually have handsome protagonists. Laugh, right? So he basically joked. He says, "I'll make them." So we got like Cloud, we have Sephiroth, right? And does he have a favorite character? He says, "I think Sephiroth is one of who is loved, but is also handsome." He laughs. Yes, the Organization 13, the enemy organization that appeared in Kingdom Hearts 2. I don't think the designs of Organization 13 would be that unique without their personalities. That's because I feel that it's only in their inner and outer appearance that come together that become the kind of character. Right. It says the personalities that are also fascinating for the Organization 13. He says that Zigbar and Luxford, he really likes them. So I have a feeling that it's going to be more right about them. And it continues with the silhouettes, more character design with Final Fantasy. And as it goes along, that's when on that last page we actually see a little bit of Kingdom Hearts, and I'm gonna try to get it as big as possible so you guys can kind of read it, right? So because this is where it is actually very important, and I want to kind of you know uh give an understanding of that this could be it, guys. This could be the end or beginning of the end of you know Kingdom Hearts as we know it. And it's sad to see, but everything has to come to an end. So it says, when and how much of the Kingdom Hearts series can be seen? It says, many of the works that you have worked on complex settings, but how do you put these together and implement sense on them? I don't think the people, he responds, on the set understand it perfectly either. When other staff members explain the settings and characters to the voice actors during recording, the staff member asks, "Is this okay?" And there's an exchange like, "No, it's not." He kind of laughs. However, that cannot be helped. I am the only one who understands the parts of the characters that aren't drawn. So I'm the only one who thinks about the complicated storyline, fluctuating in various directions. Conversely, I encourage the staff members to be proactive in asking me questions and point out things out to me. So right there, just from that statement, he himself is stating that he is the only one that could actually, you know, understand the complexities of what is Kingdom Hearts, right? And when he talks to the actors, the voice actors of new characters coming into Kingdom Hearts, he's the one that you kind of have to talk to. It's like, is this tone good? Is this the understanding? Is this the feeling that we're supposed to get? So it's going through him, and he himself says, like, I kind of understand what's going on. I'm the only one who understands the parts of the characters that aren't drawn. So that is really cool. And he then says, is there something like setting materials collection? Is there are some things I personally take notes on so I don't forget them, such as footsteps of important people and future developments and so on, including times that I haven't been depicted. So that's not something you share. It's like, no, I have to keep it a secret. He laughs. However, there is something I need. I suddenly write a setting explanation in the middle of a scenario so that staff can understand it. And then he gets, I think there are hints that spans a series of Kingdom Hearts series. But how do you keep track of these? I've written quite a bit in the memo I mentioned earlier, but I asked the staff to remember it, and I like to watch videos. So I look at the gameplay videos and reviews on YouTube. Basically, rather than looking back at my notes, I asked the staff to remember it and ask what happened in past titles. Just from there, we already are seeing, how exactly is, Nomura looking back, kind of rewinding himself, saying, okay, this is where the story is. And he also watches YouTube channels who talk about Kingdom Hearts. So hey, Nomura, if you're watching this, keep on doing what you're doing, man. You are freaking awesome, man. You are the king, of storytelling. But yeah, so he talks about that. He says that, if you want something to, understand Kingdom Hearts, if you want kind of a way to, not go through the entire gameplay, you can look at different, YouTube channels. I could imagine it could be American ones, Japanese ones, even parts from around the world, or even he might be even looking at my channel as well. Who's to say? But of course, he tells his co-workers and the people that are working in the title, saying like, you know what, like, this person has it almost to the dime talking about Kingdom Hearts. And if you look at the storyboard, look at some of the cutscenes, and also maybe pay attention to the other works, then yeah, I think that you kind of have a better understanding of the Kingdom Hearts series. So it continues. It says, I think there are hints in the spans of the series in Kingdom Hearts series. How do you keep track of these? So we already said that already. It says like, also, you also watch analysis videos. Do you ever think I got it right, so I'll change it, or I don't understand it at all? I watch it because I find it generally interesting. Rather often, I think it's not as complicated as I thought it would be. I'm often impressed by how much they've looked into it. However, some people point out the connection to the Final Fantasy series. For example, the scenario writers for both are different. And no matter how much I've involved in both, there is no connection to other titles. So right then and there is already giving you some really juicy details that there is actually no connection with Kingdom Hearts with another Final Fantasy title or titles. So that means to say that Final Fantasy itself is part of the Kingdom Hearts universe. So it means that, for example, when we see Leon, Yuffie, Aerith, Sid, We see Sephiroth, we see Tifa, we see Aaron, and we see Zack. Those are all people that have traveled or part of the Kingdom Hearts universe that are connected to Kingdom Hearts. But yes, they are from a Final Fantasy series, but that doesn't mean to say that Sora is connected to a Final Fantasy, kind of a canon, if that makes any sense. Like, if I would simplify it, is that Sora is its own character with the Kingdom Hearts universe. So you would never see Sora in Final Fantasy 7, Final Fantasy 10, Final Fantasy 16, 18, or whatever the future titles are going to be. So Sora is its own type of entity in the Kingdom Hearts universe. So the Final Fantasy characters are from a different world that exists in Kingdom Hearts. It's just like when Sora travels to Traverse Town, or to the the stadium, the Olympic Stadium, or he goes to Wonderland, goes to Agrabah, goes to Halloween Town, goes to Hollow Bastion. So the Final Fantasy characters are basically part of the Disney Kingdom Hearts universe, in sort of say. So he continues and he says, I don't think the Kingdom Hearts series was expected to develop in the way it is now from the first game. As the series progressed, the number of settings and character increases, and it becomes increasingly difficult to make a story coherent. Do you always improvise these things? And he responds, I've had an idea of going on this direction since the first game. As I said earlier, I've been taking notes on future developments. If something doesn't fit, I'll improvise on the spot. It's true that I didn't work out the details at the time of Kingdom Hearts 1 when it was released in 2002, but I thought about it all together until the next one and worked towards that. So when I was making Kingdom Hearts 3 released in 2019, I naturally included 4, which is Kingdom Hearts 4, and moved the whole thing forward thinking about it. So that means that this has actually been part of the Nomura type of thinking and storytelling ever since the 2000s. Just think about that. So all of these Kingdom Hearts titles that has been going on, from Kingdom Hearts to Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories to Kingdom Hearts 2 to Kingdom Hearts Days to Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep to Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance to Kingdom Hearts Recoded to Kingdom Hearts 3 to Kingdom Hearts 2.8, A Fragmentary Passage, to Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, to Kingdom Hearts Dark Road, and even Melody of Memory. All of those things has been in his mind ever since in the back of 2000. So a lot of people I know say this is a very complicated story. It means like that Nomura is kind of improvising all of these games. No, he has actually been working towards all of these games. It's just that he thought himself that this is going to be a huge, I guess 1, 2, and 3 type of series, but he didn't think how huge it was going to be, that it was so big of a story that he had to break it down into different games and probably into different consoles, right? But that probably wasn't his idea. I think that was mostly like the idea with the developers. So I would think that when Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, came the first time, it was going to be initially for the PlayStation 2, but I guess because of time constraints, they couldn't put it into the 3D realm until much later. So that's why it was released for the Game Boy Advance. So it makes a lot more sense. And when you see some of the gaming, mechanics of, some of the, handheld games, such as, Chain of Memories with Days 358 over 2 days, with Recoded, it is made in a way that is complementary towards the console that is being used. But if Nomura had his way, it means that it could have been a much more cleaner and much more high advanced, high def type of game. Just like we see the cutscenes with 358 over 2 days and also Recoded. So that's pretty cool. And then he says, there's the other question. This year, the smartphone app title Kingdom Hearts Missing Link is scheduled to be released. Are you concerned that by the development and an important storyline on the app or handheld game console, more players will be unable to follow the story? And this is what he responds. Nomura, he says, yes. So the story unfolds in a timeline that's much older than the consumer, the Kingdom Hearts series. However, as everyone has said, Kingdom Hearts 4 was just announced, but it's really like Kingdom Hearts 8. Look at that. Kingdom Hearts 8. That is an X. Oh, actually, Kingdom Hearts 13. Oh, I didn't even see that Roman numeral. So it says not just like Kingdom Hearts 4, but Kingdom Hearts 13. There are, of course, connections, even outside of the numbered titles. I think you'll be able to enjoy Kingdom Hearts on a deeper level. However, this time, both Kingdom Hearts Missing Link and Kingdom Hearts 4 are being made with stronger focus on being new titles rather than sequels. For example, as a new attempt, I've had a staff who has never worked on Kingdom Hearts series participate in a scenario. I be involved in the end, but in the sense that the writers who don't know Kingdom Hearts are creating the base. I don't think it's a work that I have to do. After all, Kingdom Hearts Missing Link is a blank story, so it's assumed that there are gaps. If you know it, you'll be able to enjoy it much deeply. So that's actually very good news. So that means that if there are new players that are interested about Kingdom Hearts, they can just begin and play the game, either in the handheld one, the app game, or Kingdom Hearts 4. This is going to be more of a reset type of scenario regarding Kingdom Hearts. So that is pretty cool. But I like the fact that he says that this is more like Kingdom Hearts 13, because I guess he's talking about like the 13 titles that has been, announced since then. And it's not the numbered, series. And he even, hired a writer and a developer that has never played the Kingdom Hearts game, so he could have a better grasp of saying, like, I don't want to know too much, but I want to know enough so I can continue the story and be faithful to the Kingdom Hearts series. So he says that both new and old Kingdom Hearts gamers or fans are going to enjoy these games. So if you have a friend, that you've been like heckling a lot, saying you got to get onto the Kingdom Hearts series, and they're kind of intimidated. They're like, oh my gosh, there's like 13 titles. I don't think I could do that, But now with Kingdom Hearts Missing Link, the app that's, hopefully coming out this year, God willing, and Kingdom Hearts 4 that's under development right now, they can jump on it right now. They don't have to know anything about that. And it says if you are a past Kingdom Hearts, like a Kingdom Hearts grandpa like I am, then I'm going to appreciate it more, and then I kind of will understand the connections between Kingdom Hearts 4 and then the past titles. So it continues. It says, just as it is difficult to catch up with the long-running manga title from the first volume, the Kingdom Hearts series also has a large number of titles. So it seems like the same problem will arise. What are your thoughts on acquiring new users in the future, meaning probably new gamers or new fans? Please let me know. And he laughs. As I said before, I think that Missing Link and Kingdom Hearts 4 is a reset. I wanted to end it with Kingdom Hearts 3, or rather reset it. So I appointed new writers and even made a new logo so it'll be easier for people to get into. Oh, so look at that. He just says that the Xehanort saga is done, and now there's going to be a new saga that is going to begin with with Kingdom Hearts 4. And the follow-up question is, so that's what the change in logo meant? And then Nomura responds, those who know the ending of Kingdom Hearts 3 will understand the reason Sora ended like it was a reset, the story up to that point. So 4 should be easier to get into than previous games. I think that if people who like Kingdom Hearts touch it, they'll feel as it is. But if we're making it with the hope that many new people possible will play it, that is amazing. That is just top tier type of game development. That he says, like, this is such a beloved franchise that it's going to be faithful to the Kingdom Hearts titles before, but he also wants to bring new fans, new Kingdom Hearts fans to enjoy, to actually give it a chance and say, if I love this game so much, I could go back to the previous titles and I could play it either on the PlayStation 4, to either on Steam, and then maybe hopefully in the new Nintendo console, God willing, right? that they would like it so much to saying that in the future, when they are re-releasing these remastered versions for future consoles, that they are willing to give it a chance, because they say, hey, I played Kingdom Hearts 4. This is like one of the most amazing games. I want to know more about the lore of Kingdom Hearts, and that is also going to attract more fans. So that's very good. So he continues to the other question. He says, you said in previous interview that in Kingdom Hearts 4, you spent a lot of time in Quadratum, a familiar similar to Shibuya. What was your intention in bringing a more realistic setting to the work that was completely Final Fantasy world? So he says, there are several reasons, but I like world views that are slightly different from the possible reality. Rather than the ones that are too false, it's the same with movies. But if the world is too zero-based, I can't really get into it. So I feel that I'm dreaming in settings that are based in Shibuya, but not the real Shibuya, rather a complete fantasy. I think that unrealistic within reality fits the fantasy view very well. So that is cool to see that Quadratum has a connection toward Nomura. He didn't want to make it too Final Fantasy, if that makes any sense, but enough that it's kind of an unreality. So just like when we were looking at Melody of Memory, where Ansem the Wise says there are different worlds. We have the world of the light, world of darkness, the world in between. Then we have the world that's the data world. We have the world of the past, and then we also have the other world of the memory. And now we have a seventh world, which is the world of fiction. So it is fiction, but in a way that is very real, right? I know it's a lot of things to kind of get into your mind, but it's pretty cool. And he says that even in manga, for example, Tokyo Ghoul is set in Tokyo and Jujutsu Kaisen is set in Shibuya. There may be many manga readers and game players who like fantasy that is closer to reality. And he responds, that is true. I think it's easy to empathize with. Also, I thought that medieval high fantasy works was always a good, because there are many people who make them like if they don't make them. I released a work set in Shibuya called The World That Is Not, I don't think it's called that, The World That Is Wonderful. I think the other thing in 2007. Recently, a lot sets in Shibuya that was released. Everyone has come to Shibuya, right? A lot of like tourists. So that's pretty cool. So again, that's probably from the other works that he did, right? That was why that those characters that appeared in Dream Drop Distance were not from Final Fantasy, but from another title that Mr. Nomura did, right? So if I'm remembering correctly, The World That Ends With You. So that's what it was called, The World That Ends With You. Man, I had kind of like a little block right there in my mind. But yeah, that's why it was connected. It was connected with Shibuya, right? And you remember that one of the characters told Sora or Rico, it's like, if you're ever in Shibuya, let me show you around, right? Imagine if they are in Quadratum, but I doubt it though. That would make a lot of craziness going on. So the interview continues. It says, it certainly seems that there are a lot more and more works based on reality Japan. I'd like to ask you about the reality within reality. At the beginning of Kingdom Hearts, there's a monologue that says, I don't really, so this says, is like, I've been having these weird thoughts lately. Like, is any of this for real or not? And he continues, does that mean the idea of Quadratum was already at the works at the time? And then this is when Nomura responds, the name Quadratum didn't exist at the time, but the idea was there. It was a long-term plan that I knew would come to the point someday. And he laughed. So he himself even said that monologue where Sora says, I've been having these weird thoughts lately. Like, is any of this for real or not? So he's already been thinking about, the unreality within reality, right? So, the unreality within reality. So he's already been brainstorming this again since 2000. So he's been working for this for the past 24 years. Think about that, because he had the idea of Kingdom Hearts when he was playing Mario, I think Super Mario 64, right? So he's been working since like the year 2000, and 2002, that's when Kingdom Hearts came out. So go through the timeline that ever since 2000, now we're going to 2024. So 24 years of just thinking about Kingdom Hearts, probably one of his longest series that he's made that I can remember. And he continues. So he says, so after 20 years, the plot will finally be resolved. That's what's like, is Kingdom Hearts going to end? My last question is, Mr. Nomura, do you foresee the end of the Kingdom Hearts series? And everybody, let's hold our hearts a little bit right now, because that is going to be one of the deepest questions and probably one of the deepest answers that we're ever going to hear from the GOAT himself, Nomura. Says, do you foresee an end to the Kingdom Hearts series? It says, speaking of things without dreams, I only have a few years left until I retire. So I have to decide whether to retire first or finish the series first. And he laughs. However, I am making Kingdom Hearts 4 now with the intention of being a story that will be completed. So, and then he basically finishes, that is the end of the story. Thank you for, talking. So yeah, that is the thing that is been just circulating everywhere. I'm telling you, this is basically what has been going on. Is this going to be the end of Kingdom Hearts? And just thinking about it just makes me feel I don't know, when I first read the story and I was kind of looking through some of the notes of other content creators and people that were posting, it kind of hit me thinking wow, this could be the end of Kingdom Hearts, because once Nomura retires, is anybody could carry the weight of Kingdom Hearts like Nomura did? Can anyone put the same love, dedication, the storytelling and time and deliverance of Kingdom Hearts like Nomura did? And in the back of my mind, I'm thinking maybe someone could, maybe Nomura is kind of having a little protege, or maybe an apprentice type of person that is kind of maybe picking at his mind a little bit before he retires, so he could be the new Nomura. But it's hard to follow that, especially with the career that Nomura did, right? So we're talking about that he made the Final Fantasy series, he did Parasite Eve, he did The World Ends With You, and then Kingdom Hearts, which is why you guys are watching this video, right? So it's something just so tough just to imagine that there is not going to be a Kingdom Hearts series anymore, that Kingdom Hearts 4 could possibly be the end of the Kingdom Hearts series. And it's crazy because we were on this 13-year journey with Sora ever since Kingdom Hearts 1 to finish the Xehanort saga, and now we are about to finish probably the next story. But then again, there could be a possibility that someone new, someone that maybe Nomura approves or Square Enix approves, that could carry the Kingdom Hearts franchise further, right, than Nomura ever did. There is also that possibility, right? Remember what we talked about a lot of Kingdom Hearts before, that they're with Disney's acquisition of Marvel and Star Wars, we could see that maybe they can kind of be involved in Kingdom Hearts 4 and maybe even further in future titles, right? But who knows? It's tough. It's tough to know. And I wanted to go through basically what some of the reaction was with with the people that heard about the news, right? About the possibility of, well, it's not a possibility. We know that Tetsuya Nomura is retiring because he's not a spring chicken anymore, right? He is not someone that can do the work he's done before. And we also have to think about his age, right? His age right now, think about it. He was born in the 70s, right? So he is hitting those numbers right now. of retirement, right? So, you know, if we go to 80, that, that's 10 years old, and then, 90, that's 20, and then 2000, that's 30, 2010, that's 40, and then 2020, that's 50, right? And now he's 54, and usually the age of retirement in Japan, I think, if I'm correct, I think it's like around 60 or maybe 55. I'm not too sure. Hopefully someone can kind of back me up on that, or can correct me, either or, I don't mind. But yeah, so looking at this, the conclusion of Kingdom Hearts, that this could be something that, that could be something that is very interesting, to say the least, right? So if you think about it, right, let me get this big right here so you guys can see it. It is something good, and on Twitter it's like tweeting, it is like circulating right now. It's saying that Kingdom Hearts 4, the series reset and conclusion, right? So we have this guy Cultural Crave, which is a pretty cool dude that I follow. He says the story is considered a reset in the series, will be easy for newcomers to jump in. The series will eventually conclude. This game is heading towards that. Sora's famous line from the first game, "Is any of this for real or not?" will be resolved, and then creator Tetsuya Nomura sometimes watches YouTube videos to remember old plot points and details. So maybe we can see some of the old plot points, right? So pretty good right there. And then we see Cynical kind of, doing the same thing, that is like a new saga. And then we also have that, that iconic line where it says, have been having these weird thoughts lately. Like, is any of this for real or not? And Quadratum isn't a one-to-one real life of Tokyo described. It feels like a dream, unreality in a reality, basically, like versus 18. And then some are like the idea Missing Link story is being worked on by the Square Enix staff members who haven't previously worked on Kingdom Hearts. That's what we talked about. Yeah, so it is something that we kind of have to be prepared for, especially for the Kingdom Hearts fans, right? That it's true, like we don't know if this is the end, right? We don't know. It's hard to know. Sometimes it is, and when it does come to that end, we could we can held our head up high, saying that we probably experienced one of the greatest video game series of all time, in which is a combination of Disney and Final Fantasy come together in this mesh that became its own type of identity, became its own type of universe that millions of fans follow along, and that every time anything Kingdom Hearts related is released, we just lose our freaking minds. It's just that simple, right? And yeah, I think that if this is the end, if Kingdom Hearts 4 is the end for the entire Kingdom Hearts series for a foreseeable future, or just in total, I just want to say thank you, Nomura, for for the memories. Thank you for for making my childhood something special, something that I'll always remember, that basically was part of me growing up. Because when Kingdom Hearts first came out in 2002, I was 12 years old. I was almost the exact same age as Sora, if you think about it, right? It's almost like Sora was us growing up, especially if you're like a 90s kid. And once you go to Kingdom Hearts 2 and then you go to Kingdom Hearts 3, you kind of see that maturity that was going on, that we ourselves were like growing up as kids, as teenagers, and then became full adults by the time Kingdom Hearts 3 came out. And then we saw the implications. We saw the real life consequences. We saw how Sora was able to basically put everything on the line to keep his friends safe, to keep everyone safe, even if it meant his own demise, to basically be wiped out from existence. But there's always the time for redemption. The redemption arc that we are seeing probably for Kingdom Hearts 4, right? So it's something just amazing, and I don't know what's gonna happen. I'll probably be a nervous wreck. I'll probably break down a little bit, maybe cry a little bit, and maybe not that much. But um, I think that if this is the end, like, what a freaking ride it was. That I could basically tell, a lot of, new Kingdom Hearts fans that could come in with a discussion of Kingdom Hearts 4, that, guys, like, you just had to be there. You just had to be there from the beginning to the end to see how the hype train was just going up, 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 up. It was never going down. It was always going up. Every new Kingdom Hearts title was just something new and something we were just so freaking excited about, that there's just no feeling for it. Like there's nothing that could compare to that. I think, like, maybe that's something that's similar. Maybe, like, could be like the old Marvel movies, like, from Iron Man 1 all the way up to, like, the Avengers Endgame. I think that that's probably going to be, like, the effect. Like, Endgame was, like, probably, like, the best, and then since then it's kind of gone downhill. So I think, like, Nomura's not going to do that. I think, like, if he's going to end it, he'll end it, and then if he does find a worthy successor to basically put his hands and is willing to put his blood, sweat, and tears, his spirit and his essence towards Kingdom Hearts, then we have a chance that the story continues. So yeah, I think it's amazing to think that this is basically, we have to prepare ourselves as Kingdom Hearts fans that this is the end, but there's also the possibilities of things that could come to fruition. We've so far we've gotten the manga, we have the novel, and the possibility that there could be a Kingdom Hearts movie that's in the mix, or a Kingdom Hearts series, right? We still have that dream, right? And then another dream, I would say, that a lot of Kingdom Hearts fans would like is that we would like to have a Disney theme Kingdom Hearts park. Meaning, like, for example, if you have, like, a Tomorrowland, if you have, the Avatar world, you have, the Frozen world, the Marvel Adventures, Academy, you have San Francisco. Yeah, I know I'm probably, like, misspelling or butchering the freaking word, but you know what I mean. Like, I think the Kingdom Hearts fans would love to have a Kingdom Hearts theme park in the Kingdom Hearts in the Disney land parks anywhere around the world. I think that would be really great, and that would be a perfect way to kind of seal the deal of, leaving that Kingdom Hearts legacy, because I can guarantee you that Kingdom Hearts makes money, and when you add a Disney theme or a Disneyland theme type of event that is with Kingdom Hearts, it's a no-brainer. And I know they have to probably make a deal with Square Enix, but Disney has the money, they could do it, right? But yeah, overall, I think that the announcement was a shock, but it's also a reminder that a lot of, not everything lasts forever. There comes a time where things must finish, and we kind of have to accept it. But we also have to accept that it's been one hell of a ride being a Kingdom Hearts fan. And I could say without a doubt, that Kingdom Hearts is peak. That Kingdom Hearts is something special, something that is undescribable friendship. It's an undescribable type of love. It's an undescribable type of story. It's an undescribable type of good storytelling, right? Because it's all of these, and you are so connected with the characters that they themselves inspire you to do great things. And I think, without a doubt, it's just awesome. So again, thank you guys for joining me in this awesome live stream. Like I said, Tetsuya Nomura is the GOAT. You deserve it, Mr. Nomura, for all the awesome memories that you've done. And when you do retire, I just want you to know that us fans, we're going to miss you. And thank you for making our childhood awesome. and thank you for making such awesome games, especially the Kingdom Hearts series. So again, guys, thank you so much for joining me in this live stream. And again, what do you guys think? What do you guys think about Nomura's final years of the video game industry? What do you think that could Kingdom Hearts be Kingdom Hearts 4 could be possibly the last game of the Kingdom Hearts series? And are you going to play it? Are you going to play it? And are you excited about it? Write your comments below. And if you like the content of this video, please hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification so you know when future videos are available. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me in this awesome video. Again, make your heart be your guiding key. Stay awesome, everyone, and stay awesome.